Paulie Packs. Okay. We'll file this video under the, I guess, misadventures of card buying. Bought a small, very small collection, 20 bucks. Went pretty far to get it, further than I should have drove to get it, to meet this guy. And in the picture, he had actually two other vending boxes, one of 1990 tops, and I think one of like 88 tops and 87 tops. When I got there, he only had these two left, and he was selling them for 20 bucks total. And I only had a 20 on me to pay for it. And he said that he sold the other two vending boxes separately, but he didn't update his Facebook profile, the Facebook ad or anything like that. And I'd already driven all that way, and I didn't have change, so I said, forget it. I'll pay for it anyway and just go. So I wasn't too happy paying for this for just 20, but it's still not bad. It's just wasn't what I was expecting. This is a 1990 Donruss complete set, right? Nothing spectacular here. I'm just not really gonna do anything with it. I'm not gonna open it. I'll keep it closed off or whatever, or sealed. And I'll just add this to a bigger lot that I'm putting together of some sets that I'm just going to end up selling. So not really going to be much of anything, if I could even get $5 for that, that would be fantastic. So I'll just add it to the pile that I'm making. And then this one looks pretty full. So this is 87 vending card box, 500 count tops vending box for baseball. So it does look pretty full, right? Not much movement going in there. The cards do look like they're collated the way they're supposed to be. So I'll break this box open and go for it. But one funny thing, or a couple funny things about the box itself, right, that I'm looking at, right? This is definitely, right, they never really changed the picture throughout the years on these vending boxes. I think they've pretty much been the same. They just stamp, the year that they do it on. So the picture itself, you can see, is relatively old. But it is funny how it's like they market it as an educational hobby for boys and girls, and it's tops for the fun of it, right? But that's definitely not the way, that's how it started and that's how it began, but it's certainly not the way it is today. So it is kind of funny how they changed. It's changed over the years, and it has become more of a money grab than it has been like a hobby. Like even myself, I'm more interested, there's cards that I'm interested in because of like going through my childhood and getting cards that I couldn't obtain when I was younger. But there's also a financial component to it now for me. So, right, I'm buying these cards, and then, what I like, I keep, and what I don't want, I want to flip and either get my money back or make some money on it so I can buy other ones. So there's that financial component to it a little bit. So off the bat, right, we see there is some mix of cards here. So cautiously optimistic that we'll try and get some good ones here, or can potentially get some good ones here. Obviously looking for the big rookies. Bo Jackson is a big one lately. Barry Bonds. Here we got Gary Carter. Jose Canseco is rookie cup, and then Mark McGwire. And then of course there's Greg Maddux, Rafael Palmeiro, Barry Larkin, Will Clark. So actually quite a few guys to go after here. Dusty Baker in his later years. So we'll see if we can grab any of the key rookies. Oh, starting to see some repeats now. Carlton Fisk. So some Hall of Famers in here. Recent Hall of Famer Dave Parker. So, but nothing in that first go around. We got Wally Joyner here, Gold Cup card. That would have been a big one back in '87. I mean, he had a decent career. Dusty Baker again, so we're starting to see some repeats here. Tim Raines, that's good. Yeah, Wally Joyner had a good career, it's just never really fully panned out. Andre Dawson, Don Sutton, towards the end of his career. Tony Gwynn All-Star card. Maybe we'll get a Dwight Gooden or Don Mattingly All-Star card, see if that trademark is on there. This was a hot card back in the day. Not much of a future star, though. There we go. First First key rookie here, we got Barry Larkin. Looking pretty well centered. Pretty sharp. Not a bad looking card. Put that aside somewhere. So we'll showcase our hits. Sean Donaldson, there you go, wax packs. Always fun to get that. A Bobby Witt card. Close to his rookie, I think last year. Yeah, I think 86 was his rookie card. But Fernando Valenzuela just fairly recently passed away, unfortunately. All right, we got a Cal Ripken All-Star card. All right. I'm seeing some, at this point, I'm seeing a lot of doubles come up. So, wouldn't mind seeing something different. Sparky Anderson, Ed Lynch. This is an infamous card. He just looks like a principal who's just not happy with the shenanigans going on in his school. It's just, what a horrible picture. I almost wonder, this picture's so bad, you almost wonder if he did it on purpose. I almost think he did. But here's Fernando Valenzuela again. Dave Stewart again. Cal Ripken again. All right, so we are seeing a lot of repeats here. And probably, I don't know, we just went through 120 some odd cards. All right, here we got Jose Canseco. So again, in a pretty good shape. Off backside's a little off-centered, right? A little thin here, a little thick there, but overall pretty good shape. I mean, if you can get a vending box that hasn't been opened and gone through already, the cards in there are going to be pretty good shape. This one has a little bubble on it. I don't know if you can see that on the Eric Davis. I always like that too. I always thought he was showing a pitcher how to throw a ball, or like telling him how he should do it. Ricky Henderson, another one who just recently passed away, unfortunately. Joe Carter, Jack Clark. He had a good season. He had a good career. I don't think Hall of Fame level career, but he certainly was definitely a solid player. The Mets leaders with Strawberry and Carter. Here's Schmidt All-Star card. Yogi Berra and the manager of the Astros. Let's go turn back the clock, Reggie Jackson. Jesse Barfield. We got Pete Rose manager card. It's looking pretty solid. Paul Molitor, another Hall of Famer. So we're seeing a lot of good Hall of Famers. There's a rookie card record breaker for Ruben Sierra. I always liked Ruben Sierra. He came over to the Yankees and he had a couple good years with them. I always thought he was a solid player. There's Donnie Baseball and Ricky Henderson on the league leaders. Ron Kay. Tommy John, infamous surgery. All right. Still would like to see a few more big hits, if you will, or bigger names. I haven't seen Nolan Ryan yet. I haven't seen my favorite Donnie Baseball yet. What other Hall of Famers would we have here? Dave Righetti in his younger years. Here we got two good ones, so complain about it and you get something good. All right, so Roger Clemens. Unfortunately, the corner looks a little dinged up there, but there's his third year Roger Clemens. I think 85 was his rookie. You got Rafael Palmeiro. The ink is running on that one. And you can see that right all along there. It looked like that one got smudged up. But got three of the rookie cards I was looking after. There's Jim Rice, Tom Seaver, so a couple of good ones there. Another Sean Donaldson for wax packs. And let's see how we round this group out. Another Gary Carter. So still a couple hundred cards more to go, about halfway through. All right, we got a Dwight Gooden, but we got a trademark up top. So no error card. Ricky Henderson, turn back the clock. Again, the ink is running on that one. Fisk again. Dave Parker again. Reggie Jackson again. You know, why Wally Joyner again? Why can't I get like multiple of Bo Jackson or Barry Bonds or something? Tim Raines again. So got a lot of doubles, just not a lot of doubles of the cards I want. Well, there we go. Maybe I get a chance to get a double now. So Bo Jackson, Future Stars again, looking pretty good. Actually, the corner up here is a little tipped, unfortunately, but just looking at it off of the glare of the light. But everything else seems to be pretty good with the card. Not in bad shape at all. Let's see, Jose Uribe era card worth $50 million. His birthday, I think it's his birthday everyone keeps saying is wrong. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Roger Clemens record breaker, most strikeouts in a 9-inning game. Jim Rice base card. And Jamie Moyer, I think this is his rookie card. Yeah. So Jamie Moyer rookie card, not a big sell, but certainly he had a great career. He had a very long career. And I think at one point there was some stat, like, because of the length of his career and how many teams he played against and how often he pitched, there was some crazy stat that like Jamie Moyer pitched to like, I don't know, like almost like 50% of the league. I don't know, something ridiculous. I don't know how it was possible, but like during his career, like he pitched to like an extreme amount of players that were currently active. It was kind of funny. Don Mattingly, there's finally getting the guy I want. Roberto Clemente, got a George Brett Royals leader there. So now we're getting some names. This little grouping was good. Tony Gwynn. Let's see if we can get one more. Turn back to Clark. Carl Yastrzemski. One more key rookie. There's another tip corner here. The corners here are a little tipped, so these all must have got banged up a little bit. Maybe when I took it out or closed it, because they all have the same kind of tip. I guess that's also the risk of a vending box, though. It's banged up there, you gotta get it tipped up. So there's Nolan Ryan, the first Nolan Ryan card, right? Still has, I mean, look at that career already, and he still has like another 6 years to play, right? 87, he went to like, what, 92, 93? So yeah, I think he played another 6 years. Andre Dawson, seen him a few times. Don Sutton, seen him a couple times. All right, coming down to the last grouping. Dale Strawberry, I think first time I come around him. Hey, Don Mattingly All-Star, got the trademark on the front. You got Pete Rose League Leader card. So the only one I haven't seen yet is the Pete Rose base card, but seen a lot of Hall of Famers and got most of the top names. Here's Gary Carter getting the All-Star card. Got a couple of his base one already. Mel Hall, who I guess is in jail for some reason. I didn't even know that. Bert Blyleven. Wade Boggs. Ron Guidry. So, Dale Strawberry. So, getting a good mix here. That's the one thing, if you do get a vending box that hasn't been picked through, you do get such a good variety of cards. You're not getting the whole set. And you do get the opportunity to maybe get multiples of a good card. But you certainly get a wider range of cards and a good variety of stars and commons. It's Ozzie Smith All-Star card. I have no idea, though, if in the 90 vending box you can get the no name on front. Frank Thomas. I doubt you probably could, but could be worth it to explore it. I might buy one just to see how it comes up, but I have a feeling it was like just from the way it was, I'm told or heard, it was just on the early print runs, so you're not going to get it out of those. Here's Wade Boggs base card. Ted Simmons, Hall of Famer. Jim Rice All-Star card. Tom Seaver card. So let's see. Oh, Reggie Jackson base card. So there's some new cards here. So maybe we'll get, oh, going back to the doubles. Seen some of these before. So hoping we can get one more key card out of this. Maybe. Dwight Gooden All-Star card again. Turn back the clock card for Ricky Henderson. Dave Magadan, that would have been a solid pull back in 87. All right, here we go. Another Rafael Palmeiro. This one is much better on the ink, but it still seems a little, the picture still seems a little blurry or a little smudged. I don't know. Definitely better than the other one, but. And Devon White, that would have been a good rookie to pull back in 87 as well. So looking for the key rookies. This is what I end up with, right? Got a couple of Palmeiros, right? This one's definitely all smudged up. You see the blue stain, but this one looks a little better. Backside on this one looks pretty solid. You get Jose Canseco, Gold Cup card, Barry Larkin, and then you get your Bo Jackson card. So overall, that's what I got for 20 bucks, a vending box with a bunch of stars from 87 Topps, a full set of 1990 Donruss. Again, not, I'm a little disappointed in it, like, because again, what the ad was saying versus what I got, but overall, not bad, not a bad haul, and some key cards to come out of it. So I'll have some more stuff to go through relatively soon. So see you guys in the next one. Peace.